Okay, it is time for another episode of Homework with Tesharra, and today's assignment will not disappoint. I'm about to introduce you to million-dollar properties in Marietta. That's right, Marietta, Georgia has luxury, high-end custom properties, and I think it's time that you guys saw all of what my beautiful city has to offer. You don't necessarily have to go north Metro Atlanta to find custom built homes. We have it right here in Marietta, Georgia, and today's tour will not disappoint. So I'm gonna start here in the front of the property, okay? So when we speak custom, when we start talking about custom, this is the type of finish that you'll see, okay? It's kind of like a whitewash on top of a beautiful green hue. One thing about custom colors, they don't really come across on the camera as rich and vibrant as they do in person. So this is a space you'll have to come see for yourself. Another thing I love about this space is not only the fixtures are gorgeous, high end. They definitely didn't skimp. Even the heaviness and the quality is really nice, but also these glass doors. Okay, so if you were to use this, let's say for an office or something of that nature, you have these custom doors that you can close off for privacy. I absolutely love the color and this space. Also here, we have a full dining area. I'll say this thing is so wide. It'll sit, I would say maybe 10 to 12 people that you could get in here for entertainment. So this is a very nice space and these are gorgeous. Again, anything you see, just know it's like 10 times better in person than what you see on the video. And then we have the design here. This is really, really pretty. They call it like picture frames on the wall. So that detail speaks custom. Sometimes these are painted a different color from the wall, but they're really, really pretty. I love them. We do have some beams here. If you go back to a previous episode, there was this beautiful high-end home that had the beams and they were in their original state, like the brown wood. It just really popped against the ceiling. But this particular builder decided to paint them the same color and it works as well. I think I do like the beams that are brown better, but definitely really, really nice. So here we are. This is the heart of the home in addition to the kitchen, and we'll get there soon. But I love this wide open space. There's so many things you could do to design it for your guests. I am not a fan of this light fixture. I feel like it doesn't really give to the aesthetics of the space. However, it's still very nice. And this is actually like material that's wrapped around the round piece. So again, I don't really like the exposed bulbs, but this can be easily changed out. And then in the comments, let me know if you say, you know, I am wrong and you love it and you think it fits perfectly. Please let me know your opinion on that. But hey, not a fan, okay? I love the bookshelves. I feel like bookshelves or in the cutouts is standard. So in some new construction homes, they will not have the bookshelves. That's an additional cost. In a custom home over $1 million in Marietta, you get custom bookshelves. And then you see it's this pretty, I'll say sage color. Here, again, all the colors are custom and they're beautiful. So, and then I love the hardware too, the gold hardware, which does match the light fixture that I do not care for. However, these are gorgeous, especially with them being like the square shape. I think that gives it a different dimension. So really, really nice. And this is very unique. I will say, I haven't seen a fireplace like this ever with the stone. So this is actually like a white stone and it's not hollow. This is really, really strong material and it's beautiful. Again, it has the details here. I think this works really well for this space, especially with the light floors. You know, if you're gonna go with a light wood or a light floor, then I think you should go with a lighter fireplace, is my opinion. I think it pairs well together, okay? There is a room here too. So we don't have the primary on the main floor, but we do have a bedroom. So if you have a teenager who wants to be away from, you know, the others upstairs, or if you have an in-law, this is a great space, or an elderly person who doesn't necessarily want to go upstairs. Take a look at this room here. So again, hardwood throughout. There are no carpeted spaces in this home, of course, and that is something that is also something you find in luxury priced homes. So you don't have to worry about replacing the floors. The bathroom is really, really huge. Let me take you here. It's a little bit narrow. Come on. All right, so we have the one sink. So it's not the double sinks because again, this is not the primary. We'll go upstairs. There is a shower here and a pretty decent sized closet just in case you want to see the closet. I'll show it. It's not the largest, but I think there's some opportunity here on this side where you can kind of add some more space. But I love this space and I think that whoever was living in this particular room would definitely be comfortable in it. Okay. All right, let's go see the kitchen. Okay, so I'm so glad that you guys are still with me because this kitchen is definitely worth the wait. So beautiful white kitchen. So I don't know if you all knew this, but white kitchens or bright kitchens tend to sell better than your darker kitchens. Okay, so this one has the light brown, in which sometimes the brown family people tend to stay away from. But this brown is just the right shade to keep the kitchen modern and light. So I think it works really well with the white marble. Okay, so let's get into what we have in this kitchen. And that right there is just a whole vibe, so stay tuned, okay? So we have the beautiful refrigerator, okay, the white front refrigerator, and this is by Cafe. Okay, so these appliances are all Cafe. So if you like this style, you like what you see, you can look up those appliances for your own property as well. And like I said, for all of the countertops, they are marble, and then they have this beautiful dark gray vein in them, which really pops, is beautiful. And they decided to go with the gold finishes. If you're and it's not even really gold, it's more of a like a rose colored. I don't know. It's lighter than gold. You got to come see it for yourself. It's really pretty up front, but I love this. I think it's beautiful. I think it goes well with the white as well as with the brown. Very well done. Not all builders have great interior decorators. Sometimes things clash and doesn't go well together, but whenever, and I will reveal the builder in the description. So if you're interested in who built this home and you want to build it in another area, I will definitely give you that information in the description box. But fantastic job on this particular property. And this is also by Cafe Gas Range, and they have the pot filler and they went with that same gold tone. Okay, so really, really pretty. And for those of you who don't know, a pot filler, just so you don't have to go to the sink. This is luxury. I don't want to go to the sink. I want to stay over here and fill my pot. Okay, so you can fill it directly on the stove. So how cool is that? That's already there. And this stone is the same stone that I showed you in the living room. So I love that continuity of material. But I would say this is definitely a conversation piece because they could have continued with this gold. They could have picked up the black, but they decided to go with the stone. So again, that's that luxury, not cutting corners type feel that you get with the property. And I love these, like the pieces, light fixtures that you decide to put over your island is very important because the lighting, the scale, how big it is, how small. If it's too small, then you can kind of lose that feel that you're going for. These are perfect. These are perfect for this space. I'm really having a hard time finding things that I would do differently. I feel like the buyer and the aesthetics that they have, the builder and the aesthetics that they have in this home, they really, really nailed it. And here we have our dishwasher, which is also by Cafe, and it's white. They went with the white for that as well to match the front of the refrigerator. We also have a wine cooler here. Okay, so that's built in, custom. Okay, anytime you see anything built in, it's custom. You have to go back, and I don't know what episode it is, so watch all of them. But go back to see the home that I did. It was a custom build in Marietta as well. And the entire, you open up, it was a refrigerator built in. I really thought it was a cabinet at first, and I opened it, I was like, oh my gosh, it was like a Sub-Zero refrigerator. Gorgeous, stunning. So go back and check that out, okay? Okay, I don't typically get excited about pantries, but for this one, I'm really excited. I think this is probably my second favorite pantry that I have seen in a home. Okay, so look at this, watch this. Ta-da! Is this not beautiful? Look at the wide shelving. I love the custom feel of it. And look at this. You know, this is my favorite part, right? Look, there's a ladder. So you can just crawl up here and do whatever you need to do to get to the top shelf and action. It moves. How cool is that? It moves from left to right so you can get whatever it is you need, okay? Awesome pantry. You got to come see it for yourself. And it's a good size too, okay? Check it out. Okay, hear me out. I know you hate wallpaper, right? If you buy a home that's a resale and it has wallpaper, the first thing you want to do is rip it out. Well, let me tell you, wallpaper is back with a vengeance. There's some really high-end homes that are now, instead of a accent wall, they're doing an accent wall of color with wallpaper. So that's the new thing. Check this one out. Look at it. Okay, what do you think? Tell me in the comment section if you love it or hate it. I think it works for this space. And again, we have this sage green tone. Sometimes the colors don't do it justice on cameras, but this is more in the green tone. And then you have this wallpaper, like I said, which is textured. Now, in a previous episode I did, there was one bathroom that had wallpaper and it was a sparkly gold and chocolate. It was to die for. It was really, really pretty. And I want you to check that one out and tell me what you think about this one in this particular property. I think it serves the purpose and I actually really like it. Okay, now we're going up to the second floor, but before we do, I want to do a quick progress report. How do you think this home is doing so far? Now, I promised you a lot in Marietta, so tell me what you think about the first floor experience so far. Go to the comment section and give me a score of 1 to 100. What would you rate this particular home? And if you have not subscribed yet, please do so because I don't want you to miss another moment of seeing what Metro Atlanta has to offer. We'll do some Marietta properties, we'll do other cities. Even tell me what city would you like for me to go to. We can just make this so much fun and learn all about the beautiful properties that we have. So subscribe and hit that like button. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, this home does not have a basement and it's okay because what has to happen at this price point, if you don't have a basement, you have to have lots of storage and flex spaces. Guess what we have here? A loft. Okay, this loft is absolutely beautiful. We're continuing with the same theme of the beautiful floors. These are actually wide plank engineered hardwood floors. Okay, and so we'll talk a little bit later about what that means, but good solid floors, water resistance, they're amazing. So they're throughout the home, right? So I want to show you right here. This is the loft. It's massive. You can't get an idea of how big it is unless you take a tour with me. But this is the laundry space or laundry room. I shouldn't even say space, laundry room. Listen, if you're going to do custom, if you're going to do high end, if you're going to do luxury, don't skip on the laundry room. And this builder certainly did not. I love the tile floors that they chose. It's light, it's bright, it's airy. Not a lot of pizzazz in here, but great opportunity. I know a lot of people who paint the laundry room like a bright pop of color or something like that. Or we can go back to a fancy wallpaper as one of the accent walls. But the cabinetry is here. And of course, your sink is here. That's very important as well when you're looking for a functional, well-designed laundry space. And this one even has hooks. So you can hang your clothes up as they're drying, things of that nature, get you 2 high-end units. So fun fact, most new construction homes don't include the washer and dryer. Okay, so that is something you would have to purchase on your own, but you can get your own fun colors and the design and what should I say, a name brand that you like. Okay, but this is the laundry room. And again, it did not disappoint. All right, let's keep going. So now we have our first or second bedroom because there's one on the first floor that's serving as an office, but this is also a bedroom as well. Huge. I don't know the exact square footage. I can get that for you. If you send me the question in the comments, I can find out the space for this, but it's really, really big. And you see the light, it's well lit. And this house or this home does have a pool. So you have a view of the pool from this particular room, which is off of the loft. Okay. And there is a bedroom here. I'm sorry, an ensuite. There's an ensuite. We have the 2 sinks. Okay. His and hers, hers and hers, his and his, however you like. There's also a view of the pool from this space. And then we have the huge soaking tub, separate shower, 2 shower heads. I know you all love that. But again, custom luxury, that's expected, right? We have that in our primary suite as well. And I'm so excited. The closet, right? I know you all want to see what the closet looks like. You want to know if it's going to house all of your things. Take a look. Really, really massive. Sometimes the builders will not put it in the custom shelving. Sometimes they will leave it as a blank canvas. This particular property did not. Okay, let's see, because I honestly don't know. A lot of what I do in these videos, you all, is like off the cuff. I'm learning as you learn, but I want to see if these are soft close. What do y'all think? Let's see. Oh, they're not. Okay. Hey, they're not soft close. I did do one, a previous episode where they had soft close cabinetry and the drawers in the custom closet. This one does not. However, no, I had to make sure it really does not. So, okay, that may be something you do not care for, but I think the space for the shoes and things of that nature, the hanging areas, there's plenty of space here for everything you need. And you could even put something here maybe for hats or shelving, more shelving for shoes. So huge space, great opportunity. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, and the floors. I did not mention the floors. These are stunning. The choice of tile, they're really huge tile. I don't know the measurements, but they're really, really large. And then they have gray and black tones to them and some really dark veins, in which I'm not always a fan of that type of tile unless it's done right. And this is definitely done correctly. Speaking of tile, before we leave the bathroom, this one has the chevron print. That is another thing. If you get a typical, not custom, but a typical new construction build, they typically lay everything just horizontal, right? When we get into different designs, that yells custom and luxury. So look for that particular feature as well, okay? All right, let's go look at the other bedrooms. So here we do have high-end carpet in this particular bedroom. So fun fact, I love carpet, right? I feel like in a bedroom, there should be carpet. And I know what you're thinking. Well, you can just get a rug and put it over the hardwood, and you can, but I prefer carpet in my bedrooms. Just when I wake up in the morning, I want something warm under my feet. That is just me, okay? So this space, and I think some of the other bedrooms outside the primary, does have carpet, okay? And then we have just a standard size closet. We're not gonna go in there, but closet, and this room also has the bathroom. Mind you, we're still in the front of the home. Okay, so now it's time to see the other bedrooms, but listen, this hallway is everything. It's really, really long. It goes all the way down. It's like, you know, it reminds me of like a runway. You know, you just kind of have to sashay down the hallway. You don't walk, you sashay. It's beautiful. Okay, let's check out this bedroom right here. So this is bedroom number 3, I do believe. It's so many, I'm losing count, honestly. But this is another bedroom down that long hallway we talked about. Closet here, great space. And this is what you call like Jack and Jill. So yes, luxury homes will still have Jack and Jill. Some people love that concept, especially if you have 2 younger ones. They would just share a bathroom. Some people hate it. Look at how this Jack and Jill is designed though, and you might fall in love with it as well. This is beautiful. You all, the way they cut this stone for this particular sink is gorgeous. You see that detail? And that's intentional, right? Because there's a certain piece of stone you can cut depending on the look that you want. Okay, let's see if these are soft close. Oh, they are. There we go. So we're back with the soft close. You know, I wasn't sure, but that's really, really good. Gorgeous white and gold bathroom, or should I say the water, we call it the water closet, but the water closet and the tub with the sink. It's a combo right there. And then another beautiful piece of stone here. I love this cut. Even just this round design here screams high end. Love it. Okay. So here's the other bedroom adjacent to the one we just left. So this is considered your Jack and Jill. And this one also has a closet. Okay. All right, everyone, and here is the grand finale. This beautiful backyard pool. I tell you, this property is just amazing, and the pool also gives high-end luxury. Okay, so now it is time for your homework. What I want you to do is to go to the comment section and tell me what was your favorite part about this beautiful property today. What did you like? What are some things you would change? What are some things you didn't too much care for? That is your homework. Also, please subscribe so that you don't miss another opportunity to learn with Tesharra. We have some great episodes coming. And if you're interested in purchasing in the Metro Atlanta area, there is a link in my profile for my Calendly link, and you can get a free consultation with me. This is Homework with Tesharra. Please tune in for the next episode and let's learn something new. Take care.